Hi guys, and welcome to another video of The Lookout. This is actually going to be more of a discussion video than a presentation of the deck profiles, because I would like to touch upon some subjects, specifically about Mecha Frieza, how I played in the pre-ban list, what was the final version of the deck that I actually liked, and then crossing over after the ban errata limited list. How could Mecha Frieza look like? But before that, let's just introduce the card market to you guys.
Card Market is Europe's largest platform for all TCGs. Always find the right cards by buying and selling them across Europe with other players and collectors. Be it singles, boosters, booster boxes, or any other accessories, you name it. Card Market is the place to get them safely, securely, and readily available.
So, coming back. So I mentioned that I played the Store Championship last weekend in Aalst in Belgium. I actually took first place, but not because the deck is so good that I'm a sort of a player. I took first place because I was very lucky that on the day the first two matches were much easier than I expected. In the third one, my opponent was not feeling well, so he gave up the match. And then in the fourth one, in the finals, I ended up playing against a friend of mine who had a deck that was not that can't beat Mecha in the way that it was built. So it was actually a favorable match on my end. That's how I took first place. That's the store championship, and finally earned my invite for the finals for 2020-21. But what you can see on the screen is the deck that I played. You can see that I also took the idea of playing Scientist through from a friend in the Netherlands, Jan. Shout out to you. The list is quite similar to what you might be able to see in the recent past, with this Zamasu over here. That's a one-off. That's not that Zamasu from set 7. It's a Zamasu from CP. 2021, but Shenron's layer didn't have that card yet, so I just put in this one. I only had one, and after that tournament, I had four Zamasus. So you will see a bit later how that list looks like and how it will look like after how I will play it after the ban list. But so pre-ban list, I went with a simple build of blue yellow, big reliance on U9. So the Bergamos, the ones the basils, and after I play with the basil, then well, he's your main attacker in the deck, of course, but you try to also kind of lock your opponent in with this Goku. You also try to counter one of his counters. You have a called Bloodlust. You try to steal one of his best cards with Harry's Lineage. If he has a Unison and a battle card on the field, you can even play a Tyrannical Blow. You of course go with the 4/4 of some of the best super like extra cards, yellow extra cards in the game, because they're super powerful in this deck. You can just play them for free. We know now that your Universe 9 Assemble is banned, but still legal in this tournament, so I really abused it, and it, well, finishes games. Basically extends that, so that plus Sensubin extends it, like this extends energy, this extends your hand, and this basically taps your opponent out. So that was pretty much it. I actually had to say also that Bardock, Raider's Warcry, actually the double strike was that what made this deck super powerful in that tournament, both against Unisons and for life. So the two Mass Saints are here just because I didn't have the Bardock fighting against Fate. Otherwise, it would be one of these, and probably without the food, it would be the two Bardocks. Then for the side deck, I went with Son Gohan for blue, BMS for everything, this guy for Sin Shenron, Lark Broly, and similar decks, and you will see that he will also stay in the side deck in the future. Planet Vegeta to search for your apes and for your Gohans, and for even the striving to be the best, because I was a bit afraid of blue and yellow, so the Bojack, so I can also in the mirror match kill off my opponent's Bojack. one more swift cooler for let's say against green, and against more spammy decks, protector of the people. So this was my idea for best of 3, but we also know that we're going to have to play best of 1 in certain tournaments in the future. But I will in this video talk about both, so best of 1 and best of 3. So going into the post ban list, you can already see that in this case start from the top. I don't have the Kai, so I will be playing the Heroine's Lineage Secret Rare. Although I do think that the Kai is a much better card for this deck, both for defense and for clearing the field. You don't get away from 4 Senzu Beans, you need to extend your plays, and that's how this deck wins. Basil kept at 3, just because it's unique, probably not good in putting it to 4. This they stay a 4-4 split. Vegeta's Final Flash, just one of the best cards. Negate your opponent's skill. Let's say if he has Ages or something like that actually troubles you, you do this in your first attack in the turn, and you're fine. This thing, offensively, defensively, works perfectly fine. You just have to make sure that you have 1 yellow energy open, and this card is free. You have the Bloodlust, of course. You play the super combos with the 1 Zamasu just to surprise your opponent, and the 3 Krillins because you need to draw as much as possible. Especially because now you will not be able to play United Symbol anymore, but you can play Kefal's Fury. So it's a counterplay. If the leader card is yellow, which it is, you draw 2 cards. So this actual card, when your Frieza is awakened, you just take a life and draw 2 cards. When your opponent plays something, even if they play a Unison, you can still counterplay it, and you just draw 2 cards. This we talked about before. Tap 1 of your opponent's energy. Just take a life, tap an energy, and they can't do anything. Especially if you have this guy on the field, they cannot activate extra cards even with sparking or any other way. So if they are tapped out, I kept 1 Mecha Frieza robotic riposte in my main because it's a good floodgate, and you always need an extra negate or something. So why not? Also 15k Bistic on the field. Then we come in with 4 hit rapid movement, because you need to find a way to get your Bojack onto the field, and basically your Bojack is your main beater, and he swings for 20. He restores your energy on your defense. He has barrier, and we kept the 2 Raiders Warcry, and instead of 2 Bergamos, we went with 4 Zamasus. These are not these Zamasus; these are Zamasus from the Championship Pack 2021. So the 15k, the 5ks, blue yellow 2-drop, which is a counterplay not only against battle cards but also against unisons. When it comes to if with the cost before with the cost 4 or less, of course. And the only thing, also the thing is that when it comes into play, you can draw a card. You do draw a card, and you can rest one of your opponent's battle cards as well. And just on top of it all, he has Indestructible. So this is a 4-of card. So once again, it's the wrong art. You can find the art online, and I suggest getting these. They are about 15 or 16 euros at the moment. We know that Bergamo is now limited to 1. Too bad. But well, the 1-off in this deck really surprises people, so it was good. It should be good in the future as well. And even if you want to, because I think I didn't put the tyrannical blow in this build. You can always go with another with the secret rare from the new set instead of this secret rare, which is also the Super 17, who is also a counterplay, a very, very powerful counterplay for 1 energy. Some more finishers in this deck. I would recommend playing the SS4 Bardock, fighting against Fate, 2 of them, because dual attackers are nasty in this format, especially 25k dual attackers, which can also be pumped with Senzu to be even more powerful. Messane is here just to clear boards, to clear blockers, and it's always useful to have that 3rd overwhelm in the deck. 2 is fine, you see 1 of them, but you sometimes for more grindy games you need to see 2. One of them might end up in your life. You also need to play 1 counter and the Kai Double Strike for surprises. So as said, this build is what I think I'll start with, and we'll see. Maybe some other builds will be better. I have very, very good advice, I think, as well from from my best man to actually play the new Bojack from the expansion pack. And which is actually a pretty good card. It's a blue yellow card where if you have this Bojack in your energy, you basically can play so his energy exhaust is negated in all areas, and he comes into play by when you're comboing one yellow and one blue, so a total of 2 blue or yellow or blue yellow cards, and you can pay 1 blue or yellow energy and put him into play. He's a 20k bit stick. Nice, why not? I will try that out as well. And the goal for this deck is to, as soon as possible, lock in your opponents, either with Son Goku, Final Spirit Cannon, Bergamo, one of the 3 or all 3, or even Rise the Unison if it's a blocker with this, and then just go in with your Senzus and Basils with beefed up with Senzus. For the side deck, because so we're also going to think about playing best of 3 as soon as when the opportunities arise. So I'll actually have to say very happy and a big shout out to my guys in Brussels and in Aalst for making sure that we have physical tournaments, especially store championships. We know how difficult it is to travel even even further away for this, but if you can have tournaments in your nearby cities, like, guys, go, like, just go. 3 Vegeta Unison of Fury. There are a lot of high drops, high battle cards decks here and there, and you need this guy. You absolutely need this guy to defend you and also to finish games. This is against blue. This is actually to find this guy and to find your apes, to find your other Vegetas who are great against barrier. We see the swarm of blue coming up. We have Bojacks now in every second deck now, so you have to fight against those. 1 Tyrannical Blow just in case. It's just terribly good card. I could even bump this up to 2. Mecha Frieza, so another Floodgate. 1 more counter against green. Green is going to be even more annoying with the new cards. And 1 Protector of the, so actually 2 Protector of the people, just in case you run into more spammy decks that attack you with battle cards. This was it, actually. I don't know what else to say, but I'm really looking forward to your comments on this build, guys. Especially what you think about my separation of blue and yellow. Do I need maybe 1 more Universe 9 low drop in the deck like Sorrel and Hop? And yeah, how are you going to play Mecha Frieza in the new meta? How did you get? Were you surprised by the ban list? I certainly wasn't. But I'm just sad that it's basically some things could have been better, like U9 for U9 leaders. That would have been nice. My U9 deck is now ruined, but well. Anyway, I hope you like the build. Leave the comment down below. We're gonna soon have some more giveaways for you guys, and thanks again for Card Market to Card Market for sponsoring this video. And again, in the end, apologies for my stammering. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.